Well, January's almost over, and some people already trashed their resolutions. How would you advise people to keep their goals?
You know, I'm always telling people, yeah, about a third of them have already fallen off. And I always tell people, I think it's actually because they just get so bored and they're not creative, especially in this day and age where there's an internet and Pinterest and you can always find new ideas. I'm always trying to advise people to really, find these amazing substitutions that taste great and can keep you, kind of busting your cravings and keep temptation at bay.
Well, what are some simple tips that one could do to keep healthier and still satisfied with snacks?
Well, so I brought along some recipes today that I think will really help kind of bust cravings, right? If it's salty things that you're craving, I always get this thing. I need French fries. I want chips. So actually, I've got a baked carrot fry recipe with me today, where all you have to do is just cut these carrots up, toss them in a little bit of olive oil, salt and pepper, and bake them in the oven. It's a healthier alternative to a French fry, but it tastes delicious. Then I take it up a notch. I've been partnering with Bolthouse Farms here, and I put out a trio of their lower fat, lower calorie dressings as dipping sauces. So I've got a ranch, I've got a blue cheese, I've got a balsamic, and that takes it up a whole nother level where this becomes fun, it's healthy, and it's busting your cravings.
Well, some people will complain and say that eating healthy is too expensive or too time-consuming. What do you tell people for that?
Eating healthy is so I'm trying, as I say, it does not have to be difficult. This should take you no time at all. Everything that I do, I'm a busy mom, I've got 2 kids, I work, and I'm maintaining my weight loss and my healthy lifestyle. It has to be fast, it has to be easy. I always recommend that if you're going to make anything, make a double portion, right? So if I was making those baked carrot fries, I'd double the portion, I'd double up the recipe, I'd use it the next day as maybe some hash underneath my eggs, right? So we want to get creative with what we're making, and don't double your efforts, just make a bunch at once.
Now, what advice do you have for someone who's never really exercised before and is afraid to get started?
Yeah, I think that that's a huge thing. I think people jump way too far in their beginnings, right? So I'm all about habit creation. If you want to start an exercise routine, I recommend that, number one, you look at what are the challenges in your way, right? Maybe you need to get a babysitter. Maybe you don't even have the right shoes. Maybe you don't, even have a gym that you belong to or a DVD player to play an exercise video. I think you have to look at what you need to do first, set yourself up for success, and then start slow. Don't hurt yourself. Don't make it miserable. And then layer it little by little. Start with 10 minutes, 3 times a week. The next week, maybe it's 12 or 15 minutes, 3 times a week. But don't go crazy. You'll get there. It's really not a speed race that I see being successful. I see those that are consistent and build healthy habits over time that really win this race.
What mistakes do you see people usually making regarding fitness?
I think that they really go too far too fast, and they get bored. Again, if they say they take one spinning class and they say, oh, I love spinning, and that's all they do. So then they get bored with that too, and eventually they stop going there. I'd love to counsel people to really have an exercise repertoire so that you're, maybe one day you're spinning and one day you're doing a video at home and one day you're running or walking. I really say mix it up. It'll be so good for you.
Now, what are some other, you talked about the baked fries.
Yeah.
What are some other food ideas that you'd give people to have some healthy snacks on hand?
Like temptation and cravings. We all have the cravings for sweets. I brought along an amazing mug cake. Now, these are really hot and trendy right now to make little cakes in coffee mugs. They're easy to make, again, fast, easy, and delicious. In a couple of minutes, you mix this stuff together in a coffee mug, a couple of ingredients, and I made a carrot cake, mug cake today, and then you throw it in the microwave for about 2 minutes, and it puffs right up. You've got an individually portioned piece of cake. Right? So I made a carrot cake. I made it with carrot juice, so you don't even have to cut any carrots, but you get that really strong carrot flavor for the carrot cake. And again, we want to have stuff that tastes good, that doesn't make us feel guilty, and is in the right portion. I think that's really key. So we've got a sweet, we've got a salty. I brought a dinner along too that is so fast and easy. Have you heard of another very trendy ingredient right now, or what are called zoodles? These are zucchini noodles. So you actually spiralize a zucchini and then you put it into a little bit of olive oil and you can cook it up in just like 2 to 3 minutes as zucchini noodles. So I made a faux fettuccine Alfredo here. Again, I've swapped out that pasta, so you're saving a bunch of calories there. You've got a full vegetable serving. I ended up taking out that fat-laden sauce, and instead I've tossed it with the Bolthouse Farms creamy roasted garlic dressing. Again, lower in calories, lower in fat, very delicious. And then you can be very creative. You can one night do it with shrimp, one night do it with chicken. I've got fresh basil and tomato stirred in here. It becomes a wonderful base for a whole bunch of different ways to enjoy it. And it's so fast and easy.
What do you say to people who don't like to eat their vegetables?
I say there are so many ways to eat vegetables and hide vegetables. If you don't like them, you know, I work with a lot of people and their children these days on just eating healthier and living healthier lives. And I do a lot of putting extra vegetables. So if I make a chili, I will half the beef, ground beef or chicken or pork, whatever you use, I'll half the amount of meat that I put in there, and the other half I'll add double veggies. So lots of diced zucchini, diced mushrooms, tomatoes, and they take on that chili flavor and they almost have a meat-like consistency, so you don't even know you're getting a whole portion of vegetables in that chili. So you can do that with stews, soups, chilies, things like zucchini noodles. My kids love. They're like, this is delicious, and they don't even realize, you know, so you can really find ways these days to get those vegetable portions in.
Now, how should people connect with you who want to find you?
So definitely, I've got all of these healthy, amazing recipes and lots more on bolthousefarms.com, or you can find us at Bolthouse Farms in Pinterest, Twitter, Instagram, all of those recipes and lots of tips to keep it really fun, creative, and interesting.
And now, is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, just maybe that the big game is coming next weekend, and I wanted to say there's a wonderful baked wing recipe on the website as well if you're looking for a healthy option to bring along.
Okay, great. Well, thank you so much. Good luck to you in all your endeavors.
Thank you, Michelle.
Bye-bye.